So, Brandon,
Jose.
what I want to do is, how about you tell me something crazy that happened in one of your transactions?
Crazy.
Maybe a cougar.
Oh, no. No, I mean, all transactions basically are the same. You learn something a little new each time, and there's little crazy stuff that comes up, but it's just kind of the nature of the beast. Nothing.
Real estate, right?
That's right.
Now, what do you think about the concept of free real estate?
Hey, it's free.
So let's talk about this. If you take all the knowledge that you know now about real estate, how long have you been doing real estate now for?
This is my 6th year.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
6 years and going strong.
That's right.
So,
I don't know about strong, but
Alright. So take all your knowledge and everything that you know about the business now, and if you could take that and being a new agent, first day in real estate, how would things be different today than they were when you first started, not knowing a whole lot about the business?
I would say it comes down to when you get into the business, you think that you need to know everything about negotiations and contracts and all that, which you learn that over time, and you continue to learn that over time. But, the biggest thing, that I noticed was a change in my business was when I was able to schedule myself properly and manage my time properly. With coming from, other jobs where you have to show up at, 9 a.m. or you're working 11 to 7, you're accountable to somebody, and if you don't show up, you don't get paid. And, at first you think, I'm a realtor, this is great, I can work whenever I want, and then you do a little bit of work and you realize that it's not nearly enough for what you really need to do to make the money. So, being able to schedule myself and manage my time properly and be accountable to a schedule, that really helped me, double and triple my business from when I first got into it, because I was more focused, like I said, on trying to figure out all the little nuance rather than really putting a solid structure of business in place and then following that route.
Okay, cool. Now, before I couldn't help but notice, but you had mentioned like having a schedule that you would have in the real world when you have a job. You did mention 11 to 7, so from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., were you like a Chippendales dancer or something?
Something like that. Thunder Down Under.
Okay, so you moved here from Vegas,
Yep.
what was it, 6 years ago, and then you
Correct.
decided to get into the real estate
I
business?
had to get out of that wild world.
Yeah, it's crazy. Now, when you're in real estate, a lot of people are in the position where they figure out they need to know everything there is to know about real estate. So they need to know about, I need to know everything there is to know about contracts. I need to know everything there is about talking with sellers, buyers. I need to be, proficient in everything. And what happens is it's paralysis by overanalysis.
Yep.
And they never actually go out there and they start working with buyers and talking to sellers and prospecting for the business because they feel, what if somebody asks me a question?
What if I mess up? What if I say the wrong thing?
What if? Well, life's full of what ifs, right? What if I get in my car and a truck hits me?
What if I never would have left Thunder Down Under?
There you go. So that's the thing. So the fact of the matter is you just have to go out there and do it. It's, trial by fire. So you just go out, put yourself in the situation, and you'll learn one of two things. Either A, how quick and how able you are to adapt with any situation that comes your way, and you'll be able to test, some of the skill sets that you've been learning and practicing for all this time. And guess what? If somebody asks you a question and you don't know how to answer it, and you feel like, wow, I feel like I wasn't prepared and I didn't know how to answer that question, do you ever think that agent's going to make that same mistake again?
No.
No, because it's a lesson. They got a egg on their face and they're like, wow, they asked me this question, I couldn't answer it, but if I ever get asked that question again, you better guarantee I'm going to know the answer to it.
And the only way to know that is to get in front of people, to book appointments. Everybody thinks that they have to have this elaborate plan in place, or if they see that other agents are doing, Facebook or, other social media outlets, and they think they need to do exactly what they're doing. It's really just about getting in front of people, and you got to sharpen your axe. You've got to work on your craft, because if you're not in front of people, you're not going to know what they're asking you and how to deal with that in the future. So, I would say, just for anybody new coming in the business, just to, get out there. You're going to make mistakes. It's going to happen. You're going to continue to fail. And even 6, 7, 10, 15 years into it, you're going to continue to fail. It happens. Not everybody bats 1,000.
Say there's that pretty girl and you want to ask her out, you like her, you're attracted to her, but you never actually do because you're afraid of what she might say, or you're afraid of the rejection, or you're afraid it just won't turn out the way you'd like it to. So you never go and approach, or you never ask the question. And what does the saying go? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Michael Scott, Wayne Gretzky.
Exactly. I'm glad you remembered that, actually.
Thank you.
So the fact of the matter is, you're never going to be prepared for anything. So I kind of draw a comparison. Not to compare realtors with doctors by any means, but when a doctor opens a practice, it's because it's practice. Like, a doctor's always learning their craft. They're never going to know everything, and they're always going to be encountering new challenges that come in front of them. And just like in this business of real estate, we're always learning something new. Something new is always happening in a transaction, and we're always going to be confronted with something unexpected. And these are the challenges that we overcome, and that makes us a better agent. So back to what you said. If I know now, or knowing now what I should have known then, if I started out in the business, I'd realize that how important a structure was, because you kind of just go with emotions when you're first starting, and different people have different motivations of why they work. But we're in a commission business, so we only make money in direct comparison to how much time and effort we put into it. We just can't clock in, like you said before, and just show up and get paid to, push a button.
If you're showing up, if you're booking appointments, getting in front of people, it's going to turn over. And, a lot of people, when they get started, they get discouraged. We talked about, not having the knowledge or anything like that. But, if you're not getting in front of people, you're not going to have an opportunity to, really close sales and, do deals. So, I would say in addition to, having your time managed properly, being on a schedule, just don't worry about what you don't know, and, just get in front of people.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, I draw the comparison. So if you're an agent and you say, well, you know what, I want to work, I want to get business, I want to earn commissions, but then I'm like, well, how many open houses did you do this week? Because that's the easiest level of entry for a new agent. They just show up to a house and they wait for buyers to walk in, and then they build a rapport with them. It's that simple.
Most people have 40 hours in their head, but it's more like 50, 60 hours, but you will see the results.